Hello. Welcome to You Judge the Audit. Today we are going to look at an audit by Jeff Gray. He is standing on the courthouse steps, stress testing his First Amendment rights. As you will see in the video, he knows a lot more about his rights than the people that are there to protect his rights. We will be back to analyze the do's and don'ts toward the end of the video. You judge the audit. Tell us what you think in the comments.
The people depicted in the following photographs are enjoying their First Amendment constitutionally protected rights to freedom of speech, expression, protest, and assembly at the steps of Little Rock, Arkansas City Hall, which is a traditional public forum. In September of 2024, I stood in the exact same spot to peacefully and politely express my First Amendment protected rights. Let's see how things went.
Yes, sir.
You got to take that across the street.
No, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and stay right here for about 40.
You can do that right here.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and do it right here till I'm done, and I'll be on my way.
You can do it right here.
I disagree with you. Why can't I do it? Can you tell me why I can't do it right here? Why would you call the police on somebody saying God bless our homeless veterans? Sir. Sir. Why would you do that? Can't you just leave me alone?
I have a Caucasian white male standing out front. Okay. He's got a homeless sign in the front of City Hall. And
Okay, and tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, it's a white male standing out front in all black with a homeless sign. And we asked him to move, and he told my guard he wasn't going no damn where.
Oh, okay.
And to call the police.
Okay. And when did this happen?
It's just now happening.
Okay, are you at the hospital now?
Yes.
Are any weapons involved?
No, ma'am, not that I can see.
Okay, how many people are involved?
It's just him.
Okay. Is the disturbance physical or verbal?
Verbal.
Okay. And where is the suspect now?
Standing in front of the City Hall.
Are you or anyone else in danger right now?
No, sir. No, ma'am. I'm sorry.
No problem. So do not approach the person. I do have to call in for dispatch. If anything changes before officers arrive, give us a call back, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
5-5, I see you at headquarters. We've got a disturbance at 500 West Markham. I'm not sure if you and 5-1 would be able to handle that, or if you wanted me to send to the unit.
5-5, that's okay. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm about to get my PWC, and I'll be in here.
Copy. 5-1, send it to 1851 1037 Morris.
5-5, I'll give her a call.
Copy. 5-5, were you able to reach 5-1?
5-5, yeah, I was just about to key up. She's also going to be at downtown headquarters to get her BWC, but you can put both of us on it. Go ahead and show me 97.
Copy.
What's going on, man? How you doing, brother? I'm Officer Jackson with Little Rock Police Department.
Yes, sir.
I've been advised that security has asked you to leave and you won't. What's the deal here?
They haven't asked me to leave. They just said that they're not sure if I could do this or not.
Okay. Y'all want them off the property? So they do want you off the property. I apologize that they haven't let you know that. So.
Okay. Well, let me
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you first.
Go ahead, brother.
What I'm doing is I'm engaged in freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of assembly at the steps of City Hall, which is a traditional public forum.
Okay.
If they trespass me off of this property for engaging in my civil rights, you're going to be held liable, and they're going to be held liable, and the city's going to be held liable.
I got you.
So I encourage you, and I'm being polite here.
Yeah, no, maybe we're on good terms, brother.
Yeah, I encourage you to contact the city attorney, contact the mayor, contact the DA, contact your supervisor, and let them know before you trespass me off.
I got you. Well, listen to me. Let's step over here. That way, if somebody comes over here.
I'd rather stand right here.
Okay. Well, listen to me.
Yes.
I get you got God bless on there. You're a veteran. Is that right? Okay. But are you homeless?
I don't answer questions like that.
Okay. Well,
regardless of whether I'm homeless, I still have the right to
No.
free speech.
I got you. I'm not saying that that's the reason. Without you answering that, due to the sign that I'm looking at, it's homeless, okay? So at that point, I get you're utilizing your amendments, okay?
Yes,
we'll just keep it that simple.
Free speech.
With that being said, what you're doing though also at the same time is loitering, okay? It's not the principle that they are being biased against you being religious.
I'm hard of hearing.
You're good. It's not the fact that you're a veteran or that you're pushing your religion. It's the fact that you're loitering right on the front steps of City Hall. So you can simply just step on the public sidewalk and it'd be that simple.
Yeah, the steps of City Hall is a traditional public forum.
Okay. What's your name?
I'd rather not give my name or anything.
Well,
I told you it was Jeff.
Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff.
I get that. What's your last name?
I'd rather not give my last name.
All right, well, listen. You're wanting me to contact all these people and all that stuff, so I am conducting an investigation, so therefore I don't want you to catch a petty charge for obstruction.
Yeah,
Stop
I don't
making,
want to either
stop.
because I'm engaged in free speech. And
I got you. But now I'm here, though.
Yeah,
and
I'm not giving my ID.
And well, then you're about to get put in handcuffs for obstruction until I further figure this out, man.
So
it's not that serious, all right?
It's not. I'm engaged in free speech.
I got you, and I'm doing my job.
Before you put me in cuffs, like I said, contact the city attorney or something like that, because I put you on notice that I'm engaged in
I got you. Listen to me.
activity.
Are you going to give me your last name and date of birth or not?
What would happen if I don't?
Obstruction.
What does that mean?
It's you're either impairing or hindering or prolonging my investigation. You want me to contact city attorney and all this? I need to know who I'm speaking to. I'm not just going to call all these people and be like, "Hey, Jeff is wanting this and this to happen," when I've already given you a rundown of what needs to happen.
I'll give my ID under threat of arrest, but otherwise I'm not giving my ID.
What's your last name?
I'd rather not give my last name.
Okay.
If you're going to put me in cuffs and arrest me, I'll give you my ID.
I got you. Why are you making this so complicated, man?
I'm not making it complicated.
No, you are. You are.
And the security's making it complicated. You guys have the option of just leaving me alone and allowing me to exercise my free speech rights.
I understand that, but at the same time, my hands are tied. If, as an establishment, yes, it's the city hall, but you are loitering on their property. Are you?
I am not loitering. I am peacefully assembling on the property.
Okay. Well,
that's constitutionally protected activity.
I don't think you're going to go anywhere. Give me 1 second, okay? Who's y'all's high up to? He's not asking for money or anything, so it is kind of a complicated deal. It does just say God bless and the veterans and the homeless. So I mean, granted, he's stating he's just assembling peacefully there. So I mean,
because I had a reason why I called, because I had employees coming in really uncomfortable with him standing out there. And my job is to protect them with everything going on.
Yeah. No, I get it. Are these doors locked? Or are we able to go in here?
Mr. Larry, Mayor Security, none of the mayor staff was here. So I'm the supervisor of security.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it'd be one thing if he was panhandling or something like that. But, I mean...
Well, can you ask him not to stand in front of the building? I don't care where he's standing.
Yeah, I've attempted to do that, and he just sat on his ways and, to an extent, knows his rights and the law, which is good. I mean, it was one thing. I read the sign, you know, because with the little information that I had, obviously I walk up and pretty reasonable to assume loitering. But then I start noticing the sign. It doesn't, you're not asking for money, nothing like that. I mean, just standing there. I can understand where it's reasonably seen as a suspicious or a nuisance in a sense, but he's not disturbing the peace. He's not, again, he's not panhandling. You know, I can do an information report. But I mean, even then, I mean, I'm kind of limited. I'm gonna run it by another senior officer real fast, but I could be wrong. But just from what I gathered with him, that might be where we just lead to, is just kind of limited.
his. It's something different.
Are you disagreeing with the courts about that?
What I'm telling you is, I know you want an argument. That's what you're here. Your goal is. Here, listen to what I'm saying. You cannot be on government property. This is state government. Thank you. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. God bless all his victims.
So has the other officer made contact with you yet, or is he inside?
Yes, he's inside talking.
Okay, has he talked to you yet?
He has. He said he's going to go in there and discuss with them.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, because you're on a government property, you won't be able to solicit. You'd have to go over somewhere on a sidewalk. You wouldn't be able to do it on the property.
What's your name?
Officer Morris.
Officer Morris?
Morris, yes.
Okay,
Morris.
Like I explained to the other officer, what's his name?
That's Jackson.
Jackson, Officer Morris. I'm engaged in Constitution-protected activity in a traditional public forum. And if you guys trespass me or make me leave, you'll be held liable.
Well, so I don't know if you're begging for money, because you're putting on there that you're homeless. So, and that's usually what the homeless people do. You still can't beg on public. That's not the point. If you're soliciting out here to get money because you're homeless, then you would have to go to the sidewalk and do that.
I am soliciting this free speech.
No. Soliciting is different. When you're out here begging for money, yes, it is. It's something different.
Are you disagreeing with the courts about that? I'm not sure.
What I'm telling you is, I know you want an argument. That's what you're here. Your goal is. Here, listen to what I'm saying. You cannot be on government property, and this is state government, begging for money. You can go to a sidewalk because a judge, granted, you can stand on a sidewalk and beg because that is public property, and you can do that there.
I disagree with you. You're incorrect.
Well, no, I'm not. But no, I'm not. I'm going to talk to her for a minute. So be quiet for a second, please.
I'm talking to the mayor's chief security. He said with them standing here, he have to go down on the side.
That's what I'm explaining. You're blocking the entrance, standing here begging. Go to the sidewalk, sir. All you got to do is go to the sidewalk. And I don't know why. That's what they're saying. The mayor's saying this. Go to the sidewalk. You can either go to the sidewalk, sir, if you're out here soliciting for money, or we're going to take you for loitering for the purpose of begging. Yes, because you're loitering on this property. I'm telling you now. Don't point your finger at me. Don't do that. You're not in charge of me or anything out here. That's fine, sir. That's fine. Call your lawyer right now. That's fine. I'm telling you right now, if they want you off the property, you have to leave. That's what we're probably going to end up doing, and if you don't want to listen. They're saying you can go and stand on the sidewalk right here in the front, but you're not listening. You don't want to do that. And you will still serve your purpose on the front of the sidewalk, standing with your homeless sign. No, not on government property you don't, sir. You can't stand here and beg for money and solicit people that walk up for money. Do you have a permit to do that, to run that business, to solicit for money here? Okay, thank you. I didn't think you did.
I got her information.
Let me go ahead and call Oldham real quick and let him know. But here's the thing. It's one thing to stand here and just talk, freedom of speech, but it's another when you're holding a sign saying you're a homeless vet. Do you even have a VA card to prove you're a veteran, sir? Or are you falsifying that information? I'm asking you because it says God bless the homeless vets, but I'm asking you, are you a veteran? What branch? Okay, I was too. What was your MOS? Okay, because you probably weren't. I seriously doubt you were. That's not what you said earlier you were doing. You already said that you were out here possibly asking for money. Keep pointing your finger at me, sir, and I'm going to take it as a threat.
Your ego is
Negative. You keep pointing at me. Turn around. Nobody's talking to you right now. Turn around. Nobody's talking to you.
So when I first made contact with
Hey, so I just want you to know we have a white male that's standing here at the City Hall holding a sign. He's refusing to leave. He says as a sovereign citizen, it's his right, freedom of speech, to stand here. Initially, he said he was soliciting money. Now he's not soliciting money. He's just here to grant goodwill to the homeless veterans. But he's refusing to leave, so he's just standing out here. He's not being really loud or anything, but the assistant chief mayors or whatever they call them, they want him off the property because he's standing right in front of the stairs where people are walking up. No, he won't get on the sidewalk. He's on city property. They told him he could stand on the sidewalk and talk all he wants, but he's refusing to do so. And I even told him that he can stand on the sidewalk and hold his sign, but he's saying it's his freedom of speech to stand here and stop people and hold his sign. And he said something about being a sovereign citizen or something.
Soliciting goodwill and prayers for the homeless veteran.
Okay.
If I was asking for money, it's still free speech.
All right. Okay. I'm in agreement with it. And he also let me know he was going to sue me, so I mean it's already attempt to influence anyway. So, also, okay. Well, I'm going to go in there and talk to them real quick, and I'll be back out. You'll probably end up having to, yeah. Okay. All right, bye.
You go ahead.
Thanks. Appreciate you. So, initially...
I gotta get this on my phone. I didn't mean to blow up your phone. Well, I called you twice, but obviously you see why. So anyway, even with, and this is just knowledge I'm learning, with him saying he's peacefully assembling, doing that on City Hall, he's going to have to get a...
Well, you have to get a permit if it's 11 people or more to assemble.
Oh, 11 people.
Yep. Okay. So, and here's the thing is if they want him, he's now saying it's freedom of speech. When I initially started, I was like, I'll talk to you, and he's like, yeah. And I said, what are you doing out here begging for money? I was like, you got a sign. And he was like, it's my right to stand here. And I said, you can't solicit here. I said, you can stand on the sidewalk and do that. A judge said that, but you can't stand here. Did you guys already tell him to leave?
Yes.
Okay, my sergeant's on the way because he was told to leave and he's refusing to do so. We're probably going to end up taking him in jail for criminal trespass. And he also let me know he was going to sue me for my job. We're going for attempt to influence as well. So, because he wants to, I love these folks that want to make a big deal about, I know my, and he's like, I said, are you a veteran? He's like, yes. So what branch? He said, Army. I said, what's your MOS? None of your business. So he probably doesn't even know what that is, and he probably doesn't even have a card, but his sign says, God bless the homeless veterans, so.
I mean, we don't have a problem if he just stepped down on the sidewalk.
We've tried.
But he's up, you know.
You're being stuck.
He's saying it's his freedom of speech to do that. He didn't like me, so.
That's what he said. I remember you from that crazy in the back.
I know.
Oh, me? You talking about me? Oh.
The guy with the bicycle?
Yeah, in the dumpster. Mm-hmm. I don't think he wasn't on day shift then. It was somebody else. It was me, though.
I've dealt with her on 3 to 11. The dude was using racial slurs, just acting a fool.
No, that was back in the back.
Yeah.
Homeless guy.
Pardon me?
Hey, how are you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing well. So, you got all her information for the report that they've already told him to leave and everything, so.
I'm going to give her the information report as now as it labeled, just in case it turns into what we reasonably assume it's going to. So.
Well, yeah, Sarge said that if they asked him to leave and he's refusing and he's like, I'm exercising my rights. And when you guys made contact, was he stopping people?
He was asking the people that work here for money.
So he was begging for money?
Yes.
Okay, do we have anybody's name that we can get as a contact to say that they were stopped? Can we have somebody come up here? So that's just going to verify even more that he was out here begging.
Yeah, he's Amanda Jones, and she just kept walking.
Yeah, if you can just call her, we can get her information and for that, so. Because what a judge said, you can stand on a corner and beg. You just can't walk into traffic and impede the flow of traffic. And also, you can't be on private property asking for money. Yes, this is government property, but also they can ask you to leave. I told him just go to the sidewalk if you're asking for money. Now he's changing it that he's here for freedom of speech. So he just, he's wanting to justify himself.
Yeah, you give me the one that, remember the crazy lady?
Oh, the black female? Yes. Mm-hmm. Carletha?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm just gonna have to.
Yes, I remember that. Yep.
What did the guys just say to you?
So when that lady comes down that he was asking for money, that's when that we're gonna get her on the report as well.
Yeah.
Did he ask you for money? No. I'm Officer Jackson, by the way. We're just trying to settle some stuff.
I do the FOIA request.
Yeah, he doesn't like me. That's okay.
He talked to Miss Amanda, and she said she thought he did, but he just said, God bless you.
Okay.
But she just came on me.
Okay.
Because she was trying, she said, he just said, God bless you. She followed real fast.
So did she feel like, he was scary or a threat?
Now she didn't say anything. She just, I seen that she stopped and he said something, she stopped and then she just rushed away. And I just don't want this boy.
Being heckled?
Extra stacks on our end. If you got somebody that's up there, regardless of the outcome will be what it needs to be on our end, so I'll give her an incident.
And I'm not concerned with him recording. Sir, I've got my recorder on, and I'm not concerned with it that you're sovereign citizens are. It doesn't matter to me if they want you to leave. That is the where we're at right now. You've got to leave.
The only thing we asked him was to step down on the sidewalk, and I mean, that's all we asked.
Yeah, we've asked him a couple times.
Yeah,
I asked him, and then I'm sure.
I did too. I told him to go down there, and he didn't want to. So
He attempted to influence me too. He's like, "Well, you might want to call."
well, let's times two.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I was saying. Yeah, so two separate.
But the thing is, you can go exercise your freedom of speech right there on the sidewalk, and it serves the same thing. But since he said he's assembling here to, what were the terms? Peacefully
Exercise his rights.
That's what he said. So
Exercise his freedom of speech and display his freedom of religion. I got something before you got here. I was like, I'm fine with all that, but so the issue is due to the sign being held up and just from my experience, you can't be panhandling right here in front of the city hall. And I was like, man, just step on the sidewalk. And I was like, well, I'm sure she heard a little bit of it. I was like, why are you being difficult, man? And he was like, well, I'm not. I just know the law. And he threatened me. He was like, you might want to contact the city attorney and the mayor and the chief before you put it across. And I was like,
have you guys spoke to the mayor today?
I spoke to his chief of security, and he told me to tell that's what I thought.
Let me. I wonder if he's in class today. All right, let me call.
He's working with the chief. With the parents.
overall, he was on the same page as us. He was like, no, he can kick rocks.
So it was just that one person thought he was begging for money, but nobody else has said that?
Nobody's ever actually said he was begging for money.
Well, he initially claimed that he was exercising the right to do that, and then
yeah, he told me that.
Yeah, as far as Ryan goes, he just stuck to.
So he told you that too. He was here to get money.
He said he was. Why would I impede him from asking for help?
Oh, I've got it.
Why would I impede him when I'm just asking for help? Yeah,
Did you get his name since he said it to him that he was out here begging? I mean, and I even heard him say it too, so.
Okay.
Yep, so let's use him.
The only part of his name I got right now is Jeff. What's your last name?
Neil.
And the whole thing is, if he does, I guess.
First name?
Stephen, S-T-E-V-E.
Mr. Neil, what's your date of birth?
June 14, 1963.
I'm just going to use the same phone number as far as the establishment goes. I think I've got to give out y'all's address because, again, due to his demeanor, he might be the type to fill out some stuff and all this and there. So. And like I said,
Larry.
she's got the incident number.
Hey, it's LaForte. What's going on, ma'am?
As far as y'all's end goes, I'm concerned.
Oh, nothing. We have a guy out here in front of City Hall. I've already called our sergeant. He's refusing to leave, and they've already told him to leave. And initially, he did tell the security here that he was here to ask for money. He's holding a sign saying "God bless the homeless vets" on a piece of cardboard that he handwritten. So he's not with any organization or anything. He's here saying he's exercising his freedom of speech, and then he changed it to, because initially I said, well, if you're soliciting, I said, you got to go to the sidewalk. I said, he's like, I know the law. And I was like, yeah, the judge says if you're going to beg for money, you can't do it on government property or, you know, private property. And so then he changed it that he's just here exercising his rights, freedom of speech. But he's stopping people as they're coming into the building to say, God bless the vets. And then I asked him, I said, are you a veteran? He's like, yeah. And I said, what branch? He said, Army. I said, what was your MLS? He's like, none of your business. I said, yeah, that's what I thought. He probably isn't. So I can get him for criminal impersonation trying to say he's a veteran. Oh, they've asked. We've told him, and he won't. So I'm waiting on Sergeant Oldham to get here, and Sergeant Oldham said if he's been told to go and he won't, then we're just going to arrest him. And he's also, you know, let me know and Jackson know that he's going to sue us, preventing us from doing our job. So I mean, I'm just waiting on Sarge to get here.
Doesn't have anything better to do that. That's crazy.
I will.
This is where we're living. We ain't got nothing.
Bye-bye.
If he is actually a veteran, he knows he can get help. Right?
The problem is when I asked him if he was a veteran, he wouldn't even tell me his MOS. He's like, none of your business. I was in the Army, so I was really curious to what. And then I was like, do you have any identification that you are a veteran? I doubt he does. So.
Well, if it leads to it, which obviously we're trying to avoid it, but
no, Oldham already said that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I asked him multiple times to give me his name, so obstruction as well. I don't know if you attempted to, but
no, I didn't ask him his name. I just asked if the other officer talked to him.
Yeah. I was like, man, what's your name?
He said, yeah. So he's like,
last name and date of birth. He said, I'd rather not give it. You got a reason to get it? I said, well, I am conducting an investigation now, and due to you wanting me to contact the city mayor and all this stuff, this is an investigation I'm involved in now. So I said, you got to give me your thing to catch obstruction. He was like, well. I was like, you know what? Let's just pause for a second. I don't feel like you're going anywhere. Clearly, do your stuff on this. So I'm going to go up here and talk to them. So.
Yep, then that's fine.
Start the theft report at 47 Nantucket Road, 4710 Nantucket Road at West Winter Apartments, building 22, apartment 297. I'll invite you to let your report of firearms.
Because this is about 4 or 5 years ago, they changed it to where if you want to beg, you can stand on a corner. You just can't stand in the road and impede the flow of traffic. You're not supposed to step in the road to receive the money. You have to stay on the sidewalk. And because he told him he was here asking for money, now you're soliciting people. You're begging here on this property, which, yes, it's public property, but it's also, you have to go if they tell you to leave. Good morning. We can stay outside to listen to him, so I'm good with that. So, good morning. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
They trespassed on this property, I believe. Nobody said that I trespassed yet.
Well, they said that they wanted you to go to the sidewalk and you refused because the guard said that you did tell him you were out here asking for money. That's soliciting. That's what he's saying. I don't know. They've got cameras that record and it's got audio too. So all I've got to do is ask them to pull it back. That's not what he said. I'm saying I wasn't here. I'm telling you what he said. I was not here when that conversation happened, when you guys had contact. I'm just stating what he said. But you said you were here to assemble, and you don't have a permit to do that, do you? Okay. Okay. But my other thing was, are you falsely impersonating that you're a veteran? Are you falsely impersonating that you're a veteran? Because that's really offensive if you are and never served in the military. I asked you if you were in the military. You said, yes, the Army. Well, I'm just asking. Because we have folks that say they're in the military and they beg and they do other stuff and they're really not, and it's an embarrassment to people who served, who don't deserve that. Okay, and you haven't either, sir. You can record me all day long. I'm recording you. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, though, I know you want to be difficult. You want to make an issue that you're going to stand here and argue and make your point, but you've contradicted yourself a couple times, but you're saying you didn't, but it's all recorded. When I initially asked you, were you out here asking for money? You said you were. And then when I came inside, they said you were. You did say that. And then I asked you, and then I said to you, you have to stand on the sidewalk if you're going to solicit. Then you said you're here exercising your constitutional rights. But you can't be on this property begging for money initially. And that's what I said. And then when he said you said that to him is why you were out here. He said you did. So, but I asked you that, and you said you did. Yes, you were out here. And then I said, stand on the sidewalk, and you know I have the right to stand here. I said, you can't beg on public property. And then I tried to explain to you, a judge passed the law about 4 or 5 years ago that if you're going to beg for money, you have to be on a sidewalk. You can't be on public property or private property. Sir, you look a disgrace too. You should look at yourself. I appreciate that. Okay. Nothing you say is going to affect me, sir. I'm not listening to anything. You keep getting loud, and you will go in the back of a patrol car. Nobody's going to listen. Nobody's. They asked you to leave and you're refusing. I'm waiting on my sergeant. When my sergeant gets here, we'll handle what we need to handle, okay? They said they asked you to go to the sidewalk and you refused.
They don't have a lawful authority to ask me to leave this public forum. This is a judicial public forum that engaged me.
If they asked you to leave, we have to come up here and see what's going on.
Leave me alone today before you make a mistake.
Okay, will you be quiet? Quit making threats, sir, because you're being recorded making these threats. What mistake are you saying I'm making? What mistake are you saying I'm making? Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me, sir? I'm asking you. Are you threatening me? Because you already did attempt to influence that you're going to sue me. So what else? You attempted to influence me when you said I'll sue you. It's exactly what you said, and that's a charge. When you said earlier, I will sue you if you make me leave this property, is exactly what you said. Trying to influence me not to arrest you. That's called attempt to influence, sir. Then go away. That's the thing, go away. No, I'm not going away. No. Sir, you should look at yourself. Shame on you. Shame on you for trying to say you're in the military and you probably weren't. Shame on you. I know, you keep saying whatever you need to say, sir. Okay, we're in like kindergarten now. Okay, well you'll see when he gets here. He's a military veteran as well. Are you almost 97? I thought you were. You asked me and I said yes. Well, that was pretty much, yeah. So the security in here is saying that when they approached him initially, that he said he was out here begging for money. Then when I asked him, he said the same, and then he's changed his story that it's not, he's out here exercising his constitutional rights. And then he also said he's assembling, he's recording the phone. Then he said he was a veteran, and I said, what branch? And he said, Army, and I said, do you have ID to prove that? And I asked him what his MOS was, and he was like, I don't have to tell you. He's like, and so now he's calling me a dummy, and being like we're like in kindergarten out there. And I said, sir, I'm not going to argue with you. And he's like, you're dismissed, get 10-8. And I was like, we're not leaving. I was like, I'm not going to argue with you. And I said, besides, I said, you've already threatened me in my job by suing with attempt to influence. He goes, what? And I said, yeah, you said that. Now he's trying to say he didn't. But he said it to Jackson and me. I mean, everything's recorded, so that threw him off when I said that to him. They asked him to step to the sidewalk. They asked him to step to the sidewalk, and he said no. Go ahead and tell him that he's got to leave, and if he doesn't leave, I mean, they told him to step to the sidewalk. He's refusing. He said, if they tell me to leave, I'll leave, but he said until then, but I doubt he's going to leave, so I'm going to have security tell him he's got to go, and if he's refusing, then... Because he claims he's out here on... Do what? Go out there so you hear that on camera. Go out there so you hear it on camera. Well, I know, because if not, he's just going to keep staying out here. So what he's doing now is stopping people just saying, God bless the homeless vets. But he's making the people that work here uncomfortable because he's walking up to them, approaching them, saying this. So, okay.
First of all, we have to ask what kind of people have a problem with a person saying pray for our homeless vets. Mr. Gray has just as much right to be there as anyone else. If he is showing his sign or saying pray for the homeless vets or asking for money or all the above, that is his First Amendment right to do so. It seems Officer Morris and Officer Jackson has a lot to learn about the rights of the people. You judge the audit and let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Okay. And I think Chandler and them just told him, but I don't think he's going to go. I don't know. So I wanted to come tell you, because he's like, you're a disgusting human being and a disgrace to this department. I said, okay, sir. I was like, you ought to look at yourself. I said, shame on you. He put a camera up on the sign, and he also had his phone. So he's leaving now. He's unhappy. But we're going to stand by here and make sure he doesn't come back. Well, let me find out if he's, is he going ahead and leaving? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's leaving, so we'll just stand by and make sure he's completely gone. So right now, you're good.
I still never got his information besides Jeff.
Did you let him know if he comes back he's going to jail? Let him know. Sergeant Oldham said let him know.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, so... Yeah, and I'm sure this is a guy that wants to go FOI stuff. He's walking towards headquarters now. Or no, I guess he's parked behind the back. But, you know, he was letting me know that, you know, I'm a disgrace. He just flipped me off. He's like, you're a disgrace to this department. You can get 10-8, blah, blah, blah. So when I started spouting back at him, you know, stuff, he didn't like it because he thinks he knows the law and he's a sovereign citizen. I was like, we don't care. Oh, I'm not. Because I said, are you criminally impersonating being a military person, a veteran? I was like, because I said, that's disgraceful. I was like, I don't think military veterans appreciate that if you've never been in the military and you're trying to impose yourself as a military personnel, a veteran. And that pissed him off too, so I have a feeling he probably isn't a veteran, and he thought he was going to come blow that at me. Yeah, so... And I said, you know, also, when I asked him his MOS, that's what really ticked him off. He's like, none of your business, because he probably doesn't know what that means. And then when I said, well, you know, my sergeant's on the way, and I was like, he's a military veteran. I said, he probably won't appreciate this. And that pissed him off even more. And he's like, you're a disgrace. You don't know your job, you're a disgrace. And I was like, okay, sir. I was like, I'm not going to stand here and argue. I said, nobody's listening to you. And that pissed him off even more when I told him we're not listening to him. So, but I was ready to snatch him up, but... Well, they told him to leave, and he said, nobody's told me to leave. I said, yes, they've asked you to get on the sidewalk. Even Jackson told him, and I've even said to him to do the same. If you want to stand on, I'm exercising my right on these stairs. Okay, well, you need to go. I get it. You wanna, you know, it's one thing if you're just, here's the thing. If I'm out here standing just telling everybody, you know, bless the homeless vets, great. Why can't you stand on the sidewalk and do that and still exercise the same rights, your freedom of speech? What is your point to do it on City Hall property? Yeah. And I told myself I'm not going to stand out here and argue. I said, I know that's what you want. I said, I'm not going to argue with you. And so he didn't like that I took over from Jackson and kind of got sideways with him, so.
Tell her how to handle it. I know she's new.
Who's that?
So tell her to read criminal trespass law and how that works. It says it all in the book. If she wants to come read this book I got, then she can come read this one.
Oh, yeah, well, she's not here today, but yeah, I will tell her. Because I was not going to... He's over there. Yeah, Jackson, the officer, Chandler, 5'5". Well, he kind of just stood back and let me just kind of... Because I told the guy, I was like, I'm not going to stand here and argue with you. I was like, nobody's listening to you, and it just made the guy even more mad that I told him I wasn't going to sit here and argue with him. I was all like, you're sitting here saying these things. I was like, but that's not what you initially said to me. And then he tried to say I didn't say that. And I was like, I said, are you out here begging for money? And he said, yes. And I said, you can't do that. I said, a judge passed it when I tried to explain to him about 4 or 5 years ago. A judge says, you can stand on the sidewalk and hold a sign and ask for money, but you can't do it on private property or government property. And I said, if you're asked to leave, I was like, just go on the sidewalk and do it. And then he changed that he wasn't doing that he was just exercising his constitutional rights to stand on these steps. Yeah. Well, and security said that he told him that as well. And then he's like, I never said that. I was like, so security just made that up and they're lying? Yep. And I told Jackson to go get his tag number because he refused to give his name. So in reality, we probably should have snatched him up, but he's gone now, so.
You do understand that you are not allowed back on the property. That's
Okay.
what they're wanting now. So.
That's what they're wanting. Okay.
All right. Well, I do have to get your information.
For trespass?
Yeah.
That's a civil thing, man.
No, it's not.
I've left the property. The crime only occurs if I refuse to leave or if I come back.
Exactly. Listen to me. You didn't commit a crime, but listen. You just said what I was about to say. If you come back, right? You just admitted that. How is an officer or the establishment going to be able to know who you are if they don't have no information?
The only way you can get ID is if there's a crime committed. Or you suspect me.
No, that's false. I'm now conducting an investigation.
I'm going to go ahead and go on my way if I'm being detained.
Yes, you are being detained. Okay, I'm done playing with you. Okay, you're making this stuff. You are, and you just spit on me.
I'm trying. I didn't mean to spit on you.
I got you. Well, act right.
Let me step away, man. Let me step away.
What's your last name?
If I don't give you my last name, I'll be arrested.
Yes.
Gray.
Huh?
Gray. Gray. Jeff Gray.
What's your date of birth?
January 8th, 1970.
70?
Yes.
Phone number?
I'm not giving my phone number.
Address?
That's in St. Augustine.
What?
St. Augustine, Florida.
What?
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine?
Yes, sir. So now you're detaining me to get my driver's license, which is an illegal detainment because you don't suspect me of committing a crime. I complied with the trespass. Goodness gracious. Am I free to go now?
I just told you why I'm getting your information. Yes, you're good to go.
You can't get my information without being suspected of a crime. I don't have to give it to you.
Well, I tried explaining it to you, but you don't want to listen. Well, you're fucking ignorant. Good Lord. He was just walking. I made contact with him when he was still on the sidewalk.
So here's the thing. Let me shut these off real quick.